Hi, so in this video I wanted to talk about something that I, I felt is a very interesting idea, and I what I've been doing is I was kind of in this process of some soul searching in a way that how do about many questions like how do people find a sense of um, community or um, a sense of being with the right people, being with great people around them. And so what I was thinking about is um, there's so many great people out there. There are so many educated and artistic and rational people, and if only there was a way for these people to actually form communities in real life in a way that they would not um, in a way that these people would not be stopped, in the sense that when these people get together and create a great beautiful society, they have complete liberty and they you know complete liberty in a way that they themselves choose to live their lives according to their own according to their own sensibilities, according to the way that they decide what aesthetic their community has. In that way, every single person that is a part of this community would have the highest amount of personal individual freedom and individual autonomy and individual artistic expression and uniqueness and the ability to see the world in beautiful ways and be a part of this community of artistic and rational and educated people. So with this, I was kind of um, thinking about that. If only such a place could exist, if only there was such a place where so many people could be together in a way that they can agree on how they want to live. They cannot. No one can. No one can tell them what to do. They. These are completely rational and educated people. They can take care of themselves. So in that way, um, I came up with this. I don't know. I just came up with this random name. I guess I had to call it something. So for now, I'm just calling it the land of vision. And that is kind of this idea of having a place like this and this community which has so much potential and so much ability for great things, to create great things, to create amazing pieces of art and culture and technology. And technology has such a huge part to play, I think, in such a society, because for the most like for so much of human history, people have been very people have had to just toil and toil and toil for things that are for to just receive the basic essentials of life, like food and water and shelter and clothing. But with technology, I feel technology is the solution for this. With technology, you can this form of wage slavery, it can be eliminated, and technology is the solution for this. Technology can create this liberty for people that they can choose to do whatever form of expression that they see is of art or culture or whichever way, without having to go through that extremely dehumanizing process of wage slavery and being forced basically to to just slave their lives away. Instead of that, with by using technology and putting this technology for the right purpose, we, humanity can free itself from this bondage of just toiling and toiling, which is what um, which is what has been going on for so long. Just this wage slaving system of and yeah, so technology has a very positive impact on this. With technology, um, a society can free itself from slavery, and yeah, and such a society would produce the culture that such a society would produce, because you have so many people who are artistic and educated and have their have so many things to say and so many stories to tell and so many works to create. Such a community or a society would produce an immense amount of culture. I mean, think of the things that a society like this would be creating. It would, like, arts and technology would see so much improvements, and so many great things will happen in such a place. But um, and I think it's important for such a society to be for everyone to be like-minded. Everyone has to understand the value of personal autonomy and personal liberties, and um, the drive to do great things instead of spending a person's life in doing mundane things, and which are completely meaningless for a person. So everyone that is a part of the society has to understand this, and then there can be that cohesion in the society, that in a way that it could work. And another thing I was thinking is, there is so much potential if this society, there is, when it comes to the architecture of such a society, there is so much potential, because the architecture that we see today, it's too mundane, it's too boring. There is so much potential to do new things with architecture. And so what this means is that when you just look at the society from an outside perspective, when you just look at how such a society arranges itself, or how it looks, and what kind of artistry goes into the architectural aspects of it, that would in and of itself would be so amazing, because there are so many new things and new and unique ways of creating an architectural landscape, which maybe hasn't even been thought of yet. There are so many possibilities out there. Instead of doing the same mundane things over and over, of just what you see all around all the time, there is so much more potential than just that. And I think such a society would be capable of doing this. And yeah, there have to be, and I think there are enough people in the world who think in this way. Like, okay, there are going to be people that are going to be cynical about this, and they're going to say, oh, such a thing could, whatever. They would give whatever their criticisms, and that kind of cynicism, I feel, doesn't really help with anything. Like if we were to listen to cynics and naysayers, we would pretty much all be still living in the Stone Age. It is when people have the ability to dream and to believe in their dreams, that is when things can improve. That is when great things can happen. Great things happen when people dream and believe in their dreams instead of just the cynics who pretty much believe in nothing and just um, crushing other people's dreams when there is potential for something great to happen. So I think such a thing can happen, and not in some vague way, like in the future, in some vague idea or vague kind of way it can happen. I think it can happen right now. I think if there are enough people who believe in such thing and who have the ability to believe in their dreams and to believe in the dreams of others and to connect with each other in a way that we believe in a higher ideal, then such a thing can happen, and not in some vague futuristic kind of way. It can happen right now, in this moment, right now. And and yeah, it's just something that I've been thinking about, and I don't know, I just thought that maybe I should like talk about it, because I think creating a great community of this kind, um, where there is so much potential that is scattered everywhere, but if we can concentrate all this potential, something really great can happen, and it can happen right now. And yeah, so it's just some random thoughts that I'd been thinking about, and I thought maybe I should talk about it. So if you have any of your own ideas on this, if you have, like, if there are certain aspects of this where you feel that, okay, you have an interesting perspective on this, or if you have any of your own ideas on this, yeah, let me know. Let me know how you feel about this, and what kind of a society would this be. So yeah, anyway, that's just a few thoughts for this video. I'll probably make more videos about this as I think more about this, um, and maybe and yeah, it can create for some more positive and interesting concepts and thoughts, I think. So yeah, that's where I'm going to end this video, and hopefully this was, I don't know, hopefully it was an interesting video for you to watch, and at least maybe I can maybe this will remind you to think in not be in that cynical world, and to be more optimistic. So yeah, that's where I'm going to end this video, and I'll see you in the next video.